Mob justice unleashed. Bangladesh in turmoil over quote unquote blasphemous post. In the wake of an allegedly blasphemous post that defamed the Prophet Muhammad, Bangladesh saw widespread upheaval. The ensuing violence in early June in the country's capital of Dhaka resulted in the arrest of, this is crazy, 2,500 individuals and substantial property damage. Accused of authoring the inflammatory post, Mohammed Sohail insists his account was hacked. Despite his claims, the police assert that there is compelling evidence linking him to the incident. Sohail has been accused in the case. There's evidence indicating his involvement in insulting the Prophet, said Muhammad Abdul Batin, the officer in charge of the Kafrul police station. As police intervened to protect Sohail from a lynch mob, violence escalated, leading to injuries among 12 officers and considerable destruction of public property. The incident underscores a rising trend of blasphemy related violence in Bangladesh, where 91% of its 169 million citizens are Muslim. So, this incident actually happened in the beginning of June, but we didn't hear about it until recently. And when I saw the numbers on this event, I was like, holy cow. Um, we need to talk about this. So, yeah, apparently they arrested 2,500 people in relation to the violence that escalated because of one alleged Facebook post insulting the prophet.
How many people were there that 2,500 of them were arrested?
Right? I don't even know. I don't even know, but if they only caught and arrested 2,500, imagine how many more were involved.
Over a post, this is what gets Bangladesh riled up.
Yes.
You could you could paralyze the country with a Facebook post.
Well, okay, paralyze the country, I don't know. I mean,
I
I mean, we're talking almost 200 million people. So,
Right.
you know,
Okay, actually, good
2,500 is a
point
drop in the
because
bucket.
I know, but if 2,500 people were arrested, like I'm imagining, I don't know how many people showed up. Like, what percentage of the people that showed up they arrested? I mean, do they
Yeah.
even have jails? Like, where do they keep 2,500? Like, if you all of a sudden have an extra 2,500 people that you arrested, how do you even process that? Like, how
Yeah,
do you
yeah, yeah,
even
yeah,
where do
yeah.
you
Because
keep
there's
them?
no way that they can detain all of them. They have to process you and let you go. There's no way they
Yeah.
can actually keep all of you in jail.
Oh my god, it's a nightmare over a
Yeah.
post.
And Dia's providing more context. She's saying this is all over the image of someone standing on the Quran, allegedly. It was this guy. And of course, people deny it. The way that the blasphemy law works in Bangladesh is it's not technically a blasphemy law, it's a Digital Securities Act that is used to be extremely censorial and go after not only people who blaspheme but also sometimes critics of the government. Um, but yeah, it's a huge problem in Bangladesh.
Hmm.
And oftentimes,
Uh,
so when Dee gave me more context when she was doing the editing and some of the writing for the story, she was telling me about how another case that happened recently, which is that man that's in the thumbnail, and predictably he's like a Hindu guy that was, accused of blasphemy and then had these cases brought against him and stuff. I mean, on the bright side, based on the reporting that I saw, like, they didn't go burn down whole neighborhoods of, like, Hindus and Christians, which is, like, usually what happens, um, which is horrific. It just the mentality Armin, I don't know, like, the mentality of, like, "Oh, someone from this community made a post that I don't like that allegedly defames the prophet. So I'm gonna go set like a whole street of Hindu homes and shops on fire." It's so I don't
as you do, I guess.
as you do. Um, I can't wrap my mind around it. And I feel like because I have no ability to understand that thinking, I have less of an ability to address that thinking process because I just fundamentally don't understand why someone would collectively punish people like that.
Hmm.
But if I can't understand that mentality, how am I supposed to address it? I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think we all have part of our mind that is understands that collective mindset
Mhm.
if you tap into it. I think so. Like, if you ever have a sense of my people or you people, even if that's illogical to think about, I think if you ever thought about that, about even got tempted to think like that about an entire group of people, um,
I mean, we
I
all
mean,
have those feelings now and then, but I can't imagine taking it to the level of like, so now I'm gonna go set the homes of other people from that group on fire.
yeah, I
That's what
know,
I
but
don't
I'm
get.
just saying, yeah, but I'm just saying the human brain is flawed in that way that thinks it's not about you're thinking about it as if how does this make rational sense, right? But
Mhm.
we are a tribal animal and it's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to feel a certain way. It's supposed
Oh,
to
I mean, I know
feel
what that feels like, right? Like, I've been in a
right,
mob, I've been in demonstrations, I've been in crowds, especially when I was in Antifa, and seeing the way
right,
that stuff would pop off and, like, people would destroy property. Like, I've witnessed Antifa people with my own eyes, like, assaulting people in front of me, right? Like, so and I what that experience taught me was when I was in that crowd and in that situation, like, I had a physical sensation. I had a physical reaction in my body to this crowd, this mob. Like, it I can only describe it as part of, like, my animal brain, like, clicking on. It was this instinctual thing, and, I mean, I'm really glad I grew out of that experience, obviously, but having that experience taught me a lot because, like, for example, when we saw so much upheaval in the United States in 2020 after the death of George Floyd, like, I had more of an understanding about how people in a crowd would get to a place where they're acting that way because 'cause I'd gotten a tiny taste of it myself. But still, like, the idea of that you just wanna go harm other random people from another group and to that extent is just beyond me. I don't know. Oh, you're muted.
yeah, um I don't know. I just want to highlight this comment because it makes no sense. Sheikha saying, I stopped taking this news seriously when I saw Hindu Post mentioning it. Really? So as long as Hindu Post mentions the story, you're not going to take it seriously anymore? It doesn't make sense. I think when anti-Muslim Hindu nationalists take advantage of the story to like spread hate against Muslims, that doesn't mean the story didn't happen or it's not important. You should still take it seriously.